What's up, everybody? My name is Eric Bland. If you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. And also, don't forget to smash the like button. We're going to be talking about how to do an oil change on a 99 Softail Heritage Harley Davidson. We're going to have a Mobil 1 V-twin full synthetic 20W50. That is what you're going to want, full synthetics, okay? So if you're looking for it, that's what you're going to be looking for. All right. I was going to get the Mobil 1 filter, but they didn't have that at O'Reilly's, so I got this one, okay? The filter number that you're going to be looking for is 57148. 57148. Things that you'll need, you're going to need a screwdriver. For this one had, it didn't have a bolt underneath to loosen up. It actually just had a spout, and then you just take it out, and the spout came out with my hands. You could use a pair of pliers if you wanted to. Like I said, the other filter had a nut on it, so you could put a 18 millimeter socket on there and wrench it off if you want to. That's how I did it. And because this one filter that I have is not the ratchet kind, I went ahead and I used this little guy. Tightens on there, you can tighten it and loosen it off. I didn't have to take anything extra off the bike, as you can see in the video. So you'll need one of these or a brake bar, something like that. And you're gonna need gloves. I use gloves. And then the other thing you're gonna need is some kind of cleanup towels, because it is going to get all over the place, all this oil. So try to make it in the streamline. And then you're gonna need a waste bucket of some sort, like an oil waste bucket. And then you'll need like a milk jug to put that in, and then you'll be able to take it to O'Reilly's or AutoZone and put it in their oil bin there and get rid of the oil safely and the right way. So those are the things you're going to need. Again, to recap real quick, these are the things that I wanted to know and I couldn't, and I had to look up and ask questions and figure it out. So this is what I used here. Something to help you guys out to get going on your oil change. We're going to go ahead and do the oil change right now, so stick with me and we're going to work through this. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab this little guy right here. It was poked up in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this towel, because if I don't, it kind of swoops up there with the neighbor's dog kind of yelping there. And we're just going to go ahead and unscrew this just like so. Again, I'm not a mechanic by any means, but I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars to get my oil changed. Right, and that should come out. I checked the oil at the top, so here it comes. Oil is going to be pouring out. We're going to let that oil drain out of there. So we're going to let that all run out. And then what we're going to do is I checked the cap here. This is the oil container where your oil is going to be reserved at. It's going to be in here if you don't know. If you're a first time goer like myself to do this. This is my dipstick. Your dipstick might look a little different. You want to make sure it's full, but I looked inside the reservoir here to make sure that I've got the right level. So I seen where it was. It was perfectly matched on here. And you're always going to want to check the oil while the bike is sitting in the upright position. So I will do this from sitting on the bike, and to fill it, I just want to make sure that I'll have it. But we're going to let this go here a little bit, and we have to do the front filter as well. So now what I do is I take the bike and I lean it towards its side, the other side, just to make sure I get all that oil out of there, because the pan is on this side towards the back, which I can show you guys that, but you want to make sure that that's all set to go. So I'm going to drain out as much oil as I possibly can. It looked like it wasn't doing very much, and then all of a sudden I tipped it, a lot more oil came out. We'll also go ahead and take care of the front oil. Looks like it's stopping itself there. slowly rock this back. Perfect. Just continue to let that drain. We got to get to the front to do the front, so we got to get to that. All right, it's loosening up, if you can see it moving. I do want to go ahead, and a lot of guys say, oh, it's okay for it to be loose like that, or it leaks oil. Well, I agree with you, but I don't want it all over my bike. You know what I mean? You want to be, all right, oil's coming down, you can see it. Get this bad boy off, just like that. So this is the old filter. We're not going to put a crazy cool looking filter like that in there. And put a regular filter on here. So we're going to clean all that up. Alright, so on that, as you can see, there's just a little bit of oil still leaking out of there. So I'm going to clean it up nice and good. I'm going to take a Wix filter. It's a 57148 filter. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your V-Twin W or 20W50 Mobile 1, and you're going to want to open it up, and you're going to want to pour a little oil in there. Not too crazy much like I just did, okay, but just enough in there. Oops, a little much. My thing is I didn't want to be messy, but now it's a little messy. Alright, so now you just want to hand tighten it on there. Okay, and you're putting oil in there so the engine doesn't start with no oil. So this is going to be hand tight. I'm going to clean this up. There's just oil all over it. Now read up on your specs of what it sincerely, pressure-wise, it needs on there. And I have a tightener that I can tighten it up with just a little. Alright, so as you can see here, it is nice and tightened up on there. I didn't have to remove anything. You do want that nice and tight as your Harley is going to shake pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and fill it up from the top. So come on up top. I'll take this plug out. I always like to inspect in here just real quick. Handy dandy flashlight. Alright, yep. Nice and empty. And what I like to do now is take my filter now, fill it up just like so. Remember, I put some in the filter side. So there's that. I've never done an oil change on this specific bike. I'm going to check it. Finish it up. Okay. Dipstick it just to see exactly where we are. Exactly what it was. Clean that up. Any of that oil might have spilled out. Don't want that on your pipes. And you want that. Put that in there. Just there. If I'm not mistaken. Just about right. Just do a touch higher on it. Just use this guy rather than the this down, take it for a quick ride. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and turn the ignition on. You're going to go hit this from off to on and let all that go ahead and flow through there for a minute before you just crank it over. Make sure it's on neutral. Let that run. Make sure it's not leaking anywhere below.